as you've probably seen in a lot of videos, it never really has a bonnet on, and this is why. It's a fiberglass one. There's only two fiberglass bits on the car, the roof and the bonnet, but we're gonna bin the fiberglass bonnet off because I've never liked it. It's pretty smashed up, so to make sure we didn't use it, I jumped on it, smashed through the centre here. What are you doing?
Helping to repair the bonnet.
We're not using that bonnet again.
Why not?
Because it's crap. All I've said from the start is this is a terrible bonnet. We're gonna rebuild the car with a 2J. At least we can do is put a proper bonnet on it, rather than this kit car thing.
You said from the start, when I had a bulkhead, was this is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a bonnet then, and the car was a terrible idea. No, I'm matting it up.
You're not matting it up.
Who put mud in it?
You
Someone
put
put
mud in it
in
with
it.
your driving. You're not using your bonnet again.
You're fucking crazy!
You're crazy. Idiot.
I'm gonna have to get some matting for this hole you just made. Oh, this is gonna be real nice. He's pissy about that bonnet, mate. But what's our other option, you dingbat? We can't use a tear as a bonnet. So we just buy a new fiberglass bonnet.
I don't know. I got nothing else to say here.
You're all wankers. Where's my damn cider? You make me pissy. Well, we just turn her into a jump.
So what I'm gonna do, make a framework to replicate a bonnet, and I'm gonna take it from the aluminium bonnet, which is over there. So I'll make a framework up, just rough through the center of that, so we can drop on and start mocking up all the engine components. Because the louvers are fiberglass, they're quite thick. They don't really let a lot of heat out. The gap, see, lets the air out. It's probably twice the size of the fiberglass bonnet. So we'll have the alley front section and valance that we'll get, and then I'll make the wings because they're completely different on ours. I'll use the fiberglass ones we made as a buck and make them off of that to cover the wheels. But first I'm going to just make a bit of a framework to go around this one. So we can use it as a mock-up so we can get all the engine components in. Everything's going to be really big this time. We've got a bigger charge cooler from PWR going in. Everything's massive. Turbo's going to be huge. It's going to be a lot of chassis work on the front that we're going to have to try and sort out. I'm just going to start stretching this piece of angle around so I can use it to make the framework. So this will just be a guide just for putting the car together. It'll end up going in the bin once we're done. It just makes life a bit easier. Nice to eye it up and go from there. So you have to start putting the curve in around there, and I'll put a bit more in, and then join it all the way around the front. And I'll come across so we know where the bulge is. Because we're going to have to put the ice box and everything in the middle, so we just need to know where that goes. A bit more curve than that. Yeah, you just go on like that until it fits all the way around. We've made the front framework, we made it out of steel and just welded it together. It's quite flimsy, it's not supposed to be strong, it's not what we've made it for. It is just to give us the rough shape so we can get that stuff in. But it still fits the same as we always had it fit. Originally it'd be bolted in there with the alley brackets off. Because we have it on and off a lot, we put it on these pit pins. And they come out, so it's got a ball on the end. That's the pit. When you press it, the ball, it releases the ball so it can go inside. And then inside there, it's just got a sleeve, which the ball will just sit over the end. So once they're pushed in, they'll only come out so far. See, that can come out that far because it has the alley bracket that's got to go in there that fits to the bonnet. So that will be a tight fit. So it just gives us our shape of the lowest point of the front valance, round the front of the grille, the height of the bulge we've got here, and this one we've put in to show the bulge, but it's also right on the front edge of the louvers, so we know if we're going to end up maybe with a wastegate out through the louvers, we can work from there. We've got a height for our rads and charge cooler. Yeah, now obviously when it's in there, you can still work on it, so it's just easier than having the bonnet on and off and not really be able to see. So we're just on our way back from MPH Panels. We've been down to see Jeff and we bought some bits for the E-type bonnet. The aluminium.
We bought 2 bits.
2 bits, the aluminium centre section and the valance.
We bought 2 overgrown Coke cans.
Ricky Bobby's a little bit upset.
I'm not upset. I like the bits. I like the bits. I don't like the fact that the bits don't make us go fast. They're not even mechanical bits.
They will, because they're light. They're very light.
I mean, a wheel's not mechanical, but at least you can roll it and watch it do something. Look, there's a wheel. It's rolling down the road.
Yeah, but at least this time, when we go to Brands Hatch, we won't have the bonnet flying up over the windscreen.
At that price, it better not fly up over the windscreen, because I'll be f***ing fuming. This fancy new bonnet we got, what shape is it?
Like an E-type.
A bit like the last bonnet we had.
Yeah, the last bonnet looked like, but to start with, that looked like an E-type bonnet. When you finished with it, and then I jumped on it, it didn't look like that.
Has it got like 2 vents in it and some holes for headlights?
There's no headlights with this one.
Okay, the last one had headlight holes.
we didn't buy that bit. We're gonna make the rest. We're just going through the toll bridge now, and when we get back to the workshop,
we're gonna open the back of the van and see what state this. I'm not even gonna say how much it was. How much this upper skin of half an E-type bonnet with no holes in it now looks after a Scania fuel tank's been rolling around all over it in the back of a Sprinter van.
Oh, we didn't actually strap that in. Did you strap it in?
We didn't strap nothing in.
No. Oh no, we didn't strap that in the end.
Holy, I'll roll a smoke. See how boy racing that ST?
Yeah.
I got a bonnet skin worth more than this car. Right, you got the money.
£2 here. Oh yeah, we got an old boy here.
I want to point out Charles has handed over £2 for the bridge, which I gave him 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. We're back at work now with the bonnet. Open it up for some reason. For some reason, Ricky Bobby's in the back.
Where are we going?
Nowhere.
Why did you tell me to get in the van?
I said get in the van.
Right, where are we going in the van? Then why would I get in the van?
In the front.
What for?
Get out. So we get out. Let's have a look at. We just want to have a look at the bonnet. We just want to have a look at the bonnet.
We're stop at the bonnet. You are getting the front. There's no bonnet in the front.
Right. What do you think?
I think I'm really confused. I want to go home. I'm scared.
So what are you doing there, Charles? We're in the workshop. Today's Saturday. Just eating me monkey nuts. We've got the drag back together. The front frame, Bobby stayed on last night. Got the back axle in. I've cleaned up the front framework. For the A-frame, it's split as well around the brace, or rebrazed around there. So I can put the new bonnet section on. I just got to find the old bracket. I can't find the old bits of bonnet. So I'm going to have a look for them. I got a horrible feeling they're up on top of the move. So I'll have a look for those, and I can get that, once I got that bolted on, I can get the top piece on, and I can start making the wings for that. Bobby's down there getting in the head. We're doing something. I'm going to twist up. So I'm going to get up on the boom and see if I can find those bits.
Enjoying your nut?
Yeah, that's quite nice. I'll open my pocket.
Scotland?
I got some. Yeah, he's on here. And your headlight. And the other bits of bonnet. I'll knock them down.
Is the headlight good?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Bloody hell. Yeah, I got him.
You up?
Yeah, I got him. Oh, bloody. That's heavy fibreglass.
That's the bugger we want. This is why I don't want a fiberglass bumper anymore. Bonnet or whatever it is. They don't stay together very well. That's what we want. I'm gonna get that sandblast and then we'll get it on the car and get that bonnet lower section fitted.
Easy now, easy now. Easy now.
Yeah, he's gonna be nice. He's gonna be nice.
He does look
There's
fast.
a lot of room in there. Let me have some nuts. Yeah.
Well, let's have a little look at then.
Whoosh.
I'm going to start doing the bonnet today, or the wings for the bonnet. So I'm just going to show what we're doing, how we're going to try and do it. Obviously it's slightly different to a standard E-type. I'm going to run through how I would go about it and how I do it and what I want it to look like at the end. So the other day, I just made this paper template off of the other alley bonnet here. So you can just stick that on, put the tape across, and it just sort of holds the shape of what you want. So when you can take it off, you can use it as a template, but also it holds the curve, so we can do that. So I made one the other day for this side. So it's just roughly rolled to give us the shape we want. But you can see from looking at this one, how much wider it is. There's the original fiberglass. So we're going to try and copy this arch section here, which I don't know how I'm going to make yet. I'm going to sort of make it up as I go along. I'll probably make the wing like the original, so it just comes down flat, and then I'll cut it and make the arch separate and butt weld that in. But yeah, so that's the side I've already started. I'm going to get it done for the other side now, show you how to do it, and then I'll continue down the side to get that done as well. But it's looking pretty cool. I like it. So I've got the template of what I want for the shape, so I've cut the shape out of alley. See, that was for the near side. We're doing the off side now. So we want it to go the opposite way. It's quite crude how you do it to start with. Basically, we need to stretch this piece of metal to give it that bulge that we want. So to do that, there's loads and loads of different ways you can do it. Everyone's got their own little sort of techniques and things they want to do, but this is how I do it. It works for me. Might work for you. You might want to do it a different way, or watch another video or something. Basically, I know that I want to stretch around this area quite a lot to get around that headlight, so you just like that, you just smash it up and there's your wing. So now I've done that, I'm just going to run that through the wheel quickly, and I'll start to do it. It'll want more stretching, but you can drop the template on it once you've done that, and you can sort of see how much more stretch you need. You'll be able to push the template down. You just keep going until you're happy with it. So I'll quickly put that through the wheel. You're just putting it through. Just going to iron out all of those hammer marks that I just put in there. Starting to get there now with that. So check it on the template, see how close it is. there now. We've got a little bit more stretching to do through the centre of it there, because you can push down on the template and feel there's a bit of a gap there. So I'll stretch that a bit more and bring it out, and then we'll check it on the front corner of the car. Next I'll tip the edge, start shaping it to the lower valance. So that's where I've tipped it. You can see from the valance how curve that is, where it's been shrank, that one already. So if I put that on, you'll be able to see where I've tipped it. It's obviously straightened that out. So I'll shrink it and bring that around. I've also left quite a lot of excess around the headlight so I can trim it back at a later date. So I've got like a bit of movement on the panel. So I'll just shrink that round now. I'm going to trim this corner out of the way, because obviously the wheels are a lot larger on this, so I need to get that gone before we make the flared arch, so I can push this in more, hitting on the wheel. I'll just trim that off. So I've got the front corner fitted on there now, and I turn the edges back, but I lost a bit. I took this profile off of the other bonnet, and I ended up losing a bit of the body in the middle there. So I just had to stretch that out again. I can show you on the other side. If I put it on that side, you can see there's a gap around through the centre there where I had to stretch it more, so I'll do the same with this side before I put the return on the top edge. This is a bit tricky because I'd already folded it that side, so I'm going to do that now.
Why have you got a fresh sheet of alley there, Charles?
Not gone well. So I was making the other wing, well, I started making that side as well, and it was giving me some grief. It's making me pissy. It's quite springy. It's like holding real tight here. This side's quite nice and like rounded, nice shape. It's just way too tight. It didn't weld very nice. I tried to weld it. It was just horrible, dirty weld. I've looked into it. We've had the wrong grade aluminium sent out to us. So I got 2 new sheets, which is a lot nicer to work with. So all of this that I've done over the weekend to try and get us ahead and get a bit done, works over here. It's not good for nothing. We'll start it again with some fresh stuff and then it'll be fine. So that's why I'm pissy, Stan, alright?
Yeah. He's nice looking, ain't he, though?
He is nice this time. He is nice. So let's do it all again. Not a problem.
Yeah.
As soon as you get that camera on my face. When it became apparent that we'd been sent the wrong aluminium, not the grade that we ordered, which to start with, I sort of didn't want to believe that we had the wrong stuff, but the more I tried to work it and weld it, it made me a bit pissy. Basically, I can show the difference now. So this is a piece of the first lot of aluminium, and if you try and sort of bend it, it's quite stiff. It doesn't really want to bend as nicely, but if you go to this, the correct grade that we've got, it's real soft. You see it just bends really easily. A lot easier to work with, just generally nicer in every way. So that was a little bit annoying. I then had to go ahead and remake all the bits that I'd already made as fast as I could, and I didn't film any of that because I'd sort of already done it and didn't need to do it twice, but I forgot to film the bit where we had to make the wider arch that I'd done on the original fiberglass one, and I wanted to copy that. So I thought we'd quickly touch on it now, so well, it's all in there. So all I'd done, I tried to keep it real simple. As you can see in the arch, it's quite a simple shape. It's just flat off the top with a flat return. So to keep it fairly straightforward, all I done was got some masking tape, and I basically just taped that all the way around the arch, just put a few layers on, and it sat around there till I had the shape that I wanted, and then I took that off, put it onto a piece of alley, cut it out to that shape, and as you've seen before with the tipper that I used, I just tipped that flange on it that is basically how I made the arch. Now I just eyed them both up on the wings until I was happy they both looked the same, and then welded all the parts together. So it was in one section through here, one section in the middle, one at the front here which is cut off, and then the arch. It was 4 pieces in one wing, welded them all together and then filed them back, D8 the welds, and started to put them back on the car so I could line up or eye up to do this wire edge. And that's basically the bits that I forgot to film because I was sulking quite a lot. It was annoying. Yeah, that's how it went down.